In this video, I'll teach you how to quickly locate tasks whose progress is ahead of schedule. In Microsoft Project, suppose that you have a task that was supposed to be 50% completed by last Friday, but the task is actually 75% done. We call that a task whose progress is ahead of schedule. How do you find tasks like that in Microsoft Project? In this video, I'll teach you how. So let's get started. In this simple little project, please notice the following with me. Today is January 24th. As indicated by this thin green grid line in the Gantt chart screen. The status date for this project is currently set to January 19th, as indicated by the red dashed vertical grid line in the Gantt chart screen. By the way, the status date for this project represents the last day of last week's reporting period. It is the date by which all progress should be current for tasks in this project. Also notice that for each of the tasks in the project, progress has been entered. Design 1 is 25% complete. Design 2 is 50% complete. Design 3 is 75% complete. And Design 4 is 100% complete. Also notice the dark blue progress line in each of the Gantt bars. This is indicated by this dark blue stripe. Notice that the progress line for Design 1 ends on January the 12th. For Design 2, it ends on January 19th. For Design 3, it ends up on January 26th. And for Design 4, it ends up on February the 2nd. If I wanted to know which tasks have progress behind schedule, that would be really easy to find out using a built-in filter. To do that, click the View tab to display the View ribbon. Then click the Filter Pick List button and select the filter known as Late Tasks. When I select this filter, notice that Design 1 is indicated as a late task. By late, what we mean is that this dark blue progress line does not come all the way up to the status date grid line. The progress is behind schedule. Now I'm going to press the F3 function key. Our challenge at this point is to try to figure out how to find out which tasks are ahead of schedule, where the progress goes to the right of the status date grid line. Visually, we can see that Design 3 has progress in the future, and Design 4 has progress in the future. Well, it's real easy to see that looking at a little tiny project. But what if you had a project with hundreds or either thousands of tasks? What would you do then? You know, it sure would be nice if there was a column in Microsoft Project that displayed the date on which the progress line ended for each task. By that I mean for Design 1 that it would display January the 12th. For Design 2, it would display January 19th. For Design 3, it would display January 26th. And for Design 4, it would display February the 2nd. Is there a column that displays this information? I'm pleased to tell you, yes, there is such a column. Let me show you the name of this column and the information contained in it. I'll right-click on the duration column header, and I'll choose Insert Column on the shortcut menu. In the list of available columns, I'll select the column called Stop. Stop contains the information I'm looking for. Look, January the 12th, the 19th, the 26th, and February the 2nd. So now if I wanted to create a custom filter to locate tasks that have progress in the future, tasks that are ahead of schedule, it would be a simple matter of comparing the stop date with the status date for the project. And if the stop date for any task is greater than the status date, that means we have progress in the future or progress that is ahead of schedule. So you would think it would be pretty easy to create this custom filter, right? Well, unfortunately, no, it's not quite that easy. Let me show you. I'm going to click the Filter Pick List button, and I'll choose the item called New Filter. In the Filter Definition dialog, I'll give this filter a name, Progress in the Future. And then the field name I want to use will be the Stop field. So let's select that off the menu. The test I'm looking for is greater than. Now let's go ahead in the Values field. All I need to do is choose the status date. So let me go ahead and look, and it's like, wait a minute, Status Manager, Status, but no, I'm looking for Status Date. Here's the bad news I have for you. The status date value is not available for the Filter Definition dialog. Here's the reason. It's project level information. It's not task level information. So if I'm going to be able to create this custom filter, I'm going to need to pull a little trick out of my hat. So let's go ahead and close the dialog without saving it. The trick I'm going to use is to create a custom date field that displays the status date for the project at the task level for every task in the project. Here is how to pull out this nifty little trick. Click the Project tab to display the project ribbon. Then click the Custom Fields button to display the Custom Fields dialog. In the dialog, click the Type Pick List button and choose the Date item. Select the first available date field. For me, that's Date 1. And click the Rename button. I'm going to call this field Status Date 2. I'd recommend not using the name Status Date, but you can use something like Status Date 2, and you should be fine. Click the OK button when finished. Then click the Formula button to display the Formula dialog. In the Formula dialog, click the Field Pick List button, go down to the project item, over onto the flyout menu to the date item, and to the next flyout menu where you'll find status date. There it is. There's the formula to extract the status date and to display it for every task. When finished, click the OK button, and in the confirmation dialog, again click the OK button. I'd also recommend that you select the option called Use Formula in the Calculation for Task and Group Summary Rows section. When finished, click the OK button to close the dialog. Now at this point, I have created the new custom field but let's go ahead and take a look at it to make sure it really is working. So I'll right-click on the duration column header. I'll choose Insert Column, and let's look for status date 2. There it is. Let's widen this just a little bit. Yeah, that looks nice. All right, let's scroll this over a little bit. Yep, looking good. Now I should be able to create the filter in question. So I'll go back to the View tab to display the View ribbon. I'll click the Filter, Pick List button, and once again I'll choose New Filter. I'll enter the name Progress in the Future for the filter. In the field name column, here's where I'll go ahead and choose the Stop field. The test will be is greater than, and in the value field, let's go ahead and look for, there it is, status date 2. It allows me to create the filter I want. I'd also recommend in the filter definition dialog that you select the checkbox Show Related Summary Rows so that the filter will display summary tasks for each of the detailed tasks that it displays. When finished, click the Save button. Now, let's test the new filter. It should find that Design 3 and Design 4 are ahead of schedule. Well, let's see if it does. In the Custom section of the Filter Pick list, I'll choose my new custom, Progress in the Future, and look at that. Design 3 and Design 4 are displayed. So that's how to locate any task in your projects that have progress in the future, progress that is to the right of your status date line. After creating the custom date field and the custom filter, you'll probably want to be able to use them with every project that you create or manage from this point forward. To do that, click the File tab to display the Backstage. Then click the Info tab in the Backstage. On the Info page, click the Organizer button to display the Organizer dialog. In the Organizer dialog, click the Filters tab. On the right side, locate your custom filter, Progress in the Future, and click the Copy button to copy it into your global.mpt file. Then click the Fields tab. You'll notice on the right your new custom status date 2 field. Select it and click the Copy button to copy it also to your global.mpt file. When your filter and custom field are both saved in the global.mpt file, this will make them available to every project you manage from this point forward. When finished, click the Close button, then go ahead and press the Escape key to exit the Backstage. Well, now you know how to quickly locate tasks whose progress is ahead of schedule. I think you'll agree with me that there was nothing obvious about the solution I just showed you. I sure hope this video was helpful to you. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please consider subscribing. If you have questions about Microsoft Project or ideas for future videos, please leave them in the comments section below. And as always, I'll see you in my next video.